Start with the next topic of this lesson, that is uh, topic number 2, the making of nationalism in Europe. So, how the ideas that have emerged that in Europe, that is now there should be nation means that the people will get the status of citizens. There will be a constitution, for written constitution for the country, which will limit the powers of the monarch, and the monarch will be subject to the parliament, that is elected representatives who are elected by their own people, and the parliament and the elected person will form the government who will rule the country, and the uniform law and uniform measures will be implemented everywhere, and there will be a defined territory, and the people of the that country will recognize themselves with the identity of their nation, that is they will share a common identity of their country, uh, and this will help in binding them together. So now, this when the concept of nationalism emerged in Europe, the process of implementing this in Europe started. So this I am going to explain you in this lesson. If you look at the map of mid 18th century Europe, you will find that there were no nation state as we know them today. What we know today as Germany, Italy, and Switzerland were divided into kingdoms, duchies, and cantons whose rulers had their autonomous territories. As I have already shown you in the 18th century map of Europe, when in the 18th century Europe map, some of the countries which are now emerged as nations like Germany, Italy, and Switzerland, they were not uh, there as nations, and instead they were divided into small provinces which have their own which have their own rulers. They were governed by their own rulers and dynastic rulers, and they were having their own kingdoms like and duchies and cantons. Now the people living in these kingdoms, in these small kingdoms who were ruled by the dynastic rulers, they were subject, they were known as subject of their kings, means they were completely dependent on the mercy of their king. They did not enjoy any political rights and freedom, and whatever the king used to tell them, they only have to obey the instructions, and they cannot say anything against the king. They did not see themselves as sharing a collective identity. So, in these kingdoms, the ruler was the absolute ruler who have all the powers, while the people living in these countries, they were subjects, and they did not enjoy any political power. So they were not having any common identity. They were identified by the ruler who was ruling them. Often they even spoke different languages and belonged to different ethnic group. The people living in these countries, they were where the people of these countries were varied. Population was living in these countries who were speaking different languages, and they were coming from different background, having different custom and culture. So they were not united to form a nation. Uh, the Habsburg Empire that ruled over Austria Hungary, for example, was a patchwork of many different regions and people. So, it is telling about a dynastic empire, that is the Habsburg Empire, and this dynastic empire was ruling over the country of Austria and Hungary. So, Austria and Hungary at that time was ruled by a dynastic empire which was known as Habsburg Empire. uh, and it was a patchwork. Patchwork means small regions who were having different people who were speaking different languages and were coming from different ethnic background. It included the Alpine regions, the Tyrol, Austria, and the Sudetenland, as well as Bohemia, where the aristocracy was predominantly German speaking. So, this Habsburg Empire, which was the region of Austria and Hungary, it was made up of small provinces, and these provinces were the regions which were having different people who were speaking different languages and background. They were living in these, and they included parts of the Sudetenland as well as Bohemia, and where the aristocracy means those who were coming from the ruling dynasty and the upper class people. So these upper class people who were living in Bohemia, they were speaking German language. It also included the Italian speaking provinces of Lombardy and Venetia. In Hungary, half of the population. So not only it was this Austria and Hungary region, which was ruled by the Habsburg Empire, that dynastic rule of the Habsburg Empire. It not only included the regions of Austria and Hungary, but it was also including some parts of the Italy like Lombardy and Venetia, where the mostly the people were speaking the Italian language. In Hungary, half of the population spoke Magyar, while the other half of the spoke a variety of dialects. In Hungary, most of the people, majority of the people were speaking the Magyar, while few were speaking different other languages. In Galicia, the aristocracy spoke Polish. Besides these three dominant groups, there also lived within the boundaries of the empire a mass of subject peasant people, Bohemians and Slovaks to the north, Slovaks in Catalonia, Croats to the south, and Romans in the east in Transylvania. So other people were there who were also speaking different languages and who were living in different regions, like Croats into the south, Romans in the east of Transylvania. Such differences did not easily promote a sense of political unity. Only tie binding these different groups together was a common allegiance to the emperor. Allegiance means that these diverse group of people who are coming from different backgrounds and speaking different languages and were not sharing any common identity, only how they were binded together because they were offering their allegiance. Allegiance means their respect, their loyalty. So they were loyal to the emperors because they were subjects. So they were loyal to their emperor, and their loyalty has binded them together. How did nationalism and the idea of nation state emerge? So when the Europe was divided into small kingdoms who were ruled by their own dynastic rulers, where the population was diverse, speaking different languages, coming from different ethnic background, and were not sharing any common identity, how then this feeling of nationalism emerged, and the concept of the nation state emerged in this period, in this time, you can say.